Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Unboxing Web3. Guccheetah here with my boy Cryptodilly. We about to unbox the Puma
Fastroid.
Dilly, what's going on, buddy? How's your morning? And also, tell us about this unboxing.
Well, I'm a little hungover, but we're gonna rock this video out and show the world these Puma Fastroids. So a little bit about them before we get started. There's only 2,000, which means that there could be a smaller quantity. Basically, the way that this product came to be was you had to buy the Puma NFT, and then Puma NFT holders were able to get a materializer that they could exchange for either the Nferno, which we have already done a unboxing for, or the Fastroids. And so with that, you bought the NFT for 0.2. You could have traded the materializer and gotten these shoes, but the reality is not everybody claimed them, so there's not as many in circulation, even out at the 2,000. So a pretty cool shoe. So let's get right into it. We got another big box, okay? Puma with their Web3 stuff, they like to have the big boxes. I got the Inferno box right here, as you can see, big boy as well. And so this is the box, the packaging. It's a nice solid box. What you'd expect for like tech, not usually a shoe box right here. What's cool is inside it has the same like foam as the Puma Infernos, and yeah, that's pretty much the box. The shoes themselves, let's get those bad boys out of here. You got two wild looking shoes here, right? So the shoe itself has a really thick sole. I have put these bad boys on and they're ready for sport mode, okay? I'm able to run fast around the block when I'm wearing these, super fast. The big thing is the foam. It just feels like a marshmallow on your foot, and it just feels like you're walking on clouds, which is super cool. But yeah, you see the Nitro right here on the front, and then it does tell us that it's not competition approved right here on the other side. The foam is really, like a solid foam on the sole, and then the actual shoe is a really thin material, and I still have the inside, like, keep the shape of the shoe, but it's a really thin mesh material around the exterior. And then the tongue also is really thin, but it has like almost like a rubbery piece right here on the top of the tongue as a tag. And it does say Fastroid on it with the Puma logo. As far as the bottom of the shoe, it's really not like grippy. I mean, it is grippy, but it's not like a lot of texture like a lot of shoes. It's really interesting. It's like flat with just little knobs, which would be really good on like running track or anything like that. And then you got a nice fin on the back ridge of the shoe. I think that's to make you extra fast when you're running. Other than that, you got some power tape around the exterior of the shoes as well. Pretty cool design. Other shoe, kind of the exact same thing, just obviously on the other side. This one, the other interesting thing is the shape on the back here. You can see the fin, which is solid on plastic, and then you have the shoe line right here. Inside of the shoe, you have Fastroid on the base and that rainbow color as well. So overall, I mean, it's a really cool shoe. And I think they've done some other versions of this shoe as well to get it more out to the masses. So yeah, what do you think? First impressions, Guccheetah?
I mean, every time you unbox a Puma shoe, I mean, I'm like in awe of like how they can reinvent the shoe. And Web3 is a good platform to do that because look, you're doing limited runs. Like this is where you can experiment. This is where you can throw some curveballs and put out something weird. So I kind of like them, but I'll give you more of that as I see your unboxing and learn a little bit more about the shoe. Why don't you tell us? I mean, you're bullish on Puma packaging. We know that. What would you rate the packaging? You love those big boxes.
I love the boxes, and I think that it's so over the top, and it's a high quality box. I'm going epic again for the Puma box, and I also think the fact that they put it in the foam, whenever you're able to pull those out, like it feels like you're buying something of quality. It's just like it's like when you buy a bazooka or something, you'd expect that to be in like a foam packaging or like a flamethrower from the Boring Company. Like that's the way I feel when I take these shoes out.
Dude, I mean, it's so typical of Pumadilly over here. An epic, dude. I gotta push back. A couple weeks ago, you gave the Gucci packaging like an uncommon. I mean, you went past rare and straight to epic. And I don't know, I bet our viewers would agree with Guccheetah over here that Gucci packaging's at least as good as the Puma, but I digress.
Hey, no one said we're experts. We're here to, we have our personal biases built into these scores. So,
well, you could be an expert. You could be an expert in bias too. You know your shit, except for Puma boxing. I think you're a little too favorable, but that's all good. All right, let's go on to quality. What would you rate these shoes? You said that although the top of the shoe is very thin, do you like that? And the base is very thick, and it sounds like you like that part about it.
I know the fact that these say that they're not competition approved, is one thing, but I really do think that these were designed as like a sport running shoe, and the fact that it's like a mesh, lighter material around the shoe allows for a lot of breathability. And if you've ever ran, that's really nice. The quality of the shoe is crazy. I really do think that they've went above and beyond. I don't love the thin material. I don't know what it's made out of, but you can kind of hear the plasticky sound whenever I graze my hand over it. So I think I'm gonna ding them a little bit on the material there, but I do like that they're reinventing the shoe, like you said. And I know that they've released another version or an iteration of this with a different colorway that's went out to public sale. So the quality, I'm gonna go uncommon. I think it's cool, but I think that it's not something that's so over the top that we haven't seen before.
Fair. What about wearability? You said you've seen people rocking those shoes. Would you wear them? I mean, would you wear them for style, or would you wear them for competition or running?
I think for wearability, just because the nature of the shoe itself and the fact that it's such a limited run, there's under 2,000 of these in circulation, they're more of a display ability for me. Wearability, I definitely think people rock these. They are on public sale. I've actually seen people searching on where I could buy more of these shoes when I did my research on this. So, and they were the different colorway, but it doesn't matter. Like, people just like the nice thick sole, and they're using them. So I'm gonna go uncommon just because it's not something I'm gonna rock and my daily, I'm not rocking these all the time. I'm gonna put these on a shelf, and yeah, I'm sticking with an uncommon.
All right. And then finally, value. You said there's less than 2,000 that were made, which is a low number for a shoe. Do you think that these have staying power and possible appreciation?
Most definitely. I think that the value is where these actually have the most for scoring on this unboxing. The fact that it's one of the first Web3 native shoe products that entered into the ecosystem is really incredible. So this was huge for Puma to go out and then make an offering. They were one of the first to do it to where you got a materializer that would burn to 2 different variations that you could select from. It did take a while for the product to actually land from the time that you burned your materializer, but that's pretty natural just because they're doing it sizing. Taking the order first, and then they're actually executing on the back end. So the value on these, I think, is where this takes the cake. I really think that these will sell for a lot of money in the future, and so for value, I'm going with rare.
All right. So where we stand right now is we've got we're at 2 uncommons, a rare, and an epic. You gave for packaging an epic. You gave uncommon for quality. You gave an uncommon for wearability, and then you gave a rare for value. So it's sitting right around a rare. For the viewer score, I do like these shoes a lot more than the Inferno in a few ways. One, these are definitely more wearable. They push boundaries and they're eccentric, but also a little bit scaled back. I like how the rear of that shoe looks like the back of a sports car. It almost looks like a Ferrari. You've got tailpipes, you got fins, you got a little spoiler, the whole deal. I think out of the Pumas, I don't know, maybe I'd wear these. I'm not a big runner, but if I were, I feel like I could run further with these shoes. It's just my sense, my spidey senses. So overall, I think, I don't know. I'm right between uncommon or rare, but based on the scoring you've already give, I think I'm only going to give it a plus or a minus with my score. So I think I'm gonna go with a rare. These definitely stand out. I mean, they're unlike any other shoe. I think the value proposition is there. They're pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a rare. So that places these shoes at right around a rare minus, or right around a rare. Yeah.
I think right on a rare, and I think that's a fair score. I mean, I think they're really cool. They stand out. I always get questions from people when they walk in my office. They're like, whoa, what are those shoes? So I think that's a fair valuation on, our review.
And if you're keeping score at home, these Pumas rank right alongside the other two Pumas that we unboxed, the Infernos and the Gutter Mellows at a rare. Above the Nike Tina J's, but below the Nike Air Force One. So Nike's still king, waiting to be dethroned. We'll see you on the next unboxing.
Peace.